Resolutions. Executive Director.
Okay, resolution 2445, authorizing and approving the agency to discontinue service in the single-stream recyclables. We're open for discussion.
Any questions on the resolution? I'll so move the resolution.
So moved.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, moved by Charlie, second by?
I'll second.
Second by Brian. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously. Resolution 2446.
Authorizing and approving the modification of the 2018 tipping fees and other charges. This one I'll explain a little further. As you may recall, the resolution is, as written, will increase the tipping fees as so stated in the resolve at the very bottom of the page. You want to read that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Let me just, can I,
Oh, sure.
you know, as of yesterday, we calculated how much it has cost the agency. And as of yesterday, we've had a net loss of $156,371 for what's costing us with single stream. Now, if you think about, we're gonna go to the end of December, we're looking at over $300,000 loss, processing of single stream and so forth. So it's, you know, we just cannot afford to, you know, put that kind of burden on the rest of the towns that do business with us. I mean, we're subsidizing the other 16 towns. Right now, we're subsidizing the single stream operation. The town of Ulster is going to go back to dual stream as of August the 1st. Saugerties has discussions about buying containers, and they're going to, from what I understand, go to dual stream. And I heard through the grapevine that the SUNY New Falls, the university, is thinking about going away from single stream and going back to dual stream. So, you know, we just can't afford to operate with the single stream. It's just too expensive, and there's no place to go with it.
I think it's unethical for us to subsidize both public entities and private entities with the funds of the people we're contracted with. We're not contracted to accept single stream. We are contracted to service the solid waste of the different townships that we do. And those funds are now being diverted to subsidies. Mm-hmm. And that's not right.
And we're starting the budget process now, so, you know, we have to take action now in order to finalize and generate and finalize our budget for 2019.
You know, Fred, that this report shows from January 1 to June 26th, but the first couple months really were not that expensive to us.
Right.
It started to snowball around April.
Right.
So the 156,000 really is more reflective of, say,
2 months.
2 months, right?
Yeah, that number is as of yesterday.
Yes, and,
Right.
and it's more reflective of only 2 months, not
Yeah.
a whole 6
Oh,
months.
yeah, right.
And we don't know where this is
Right.
going.
Well-
And Vietnam's not gonna probably stop.
In that vein, yeah, I mean, I've been calculating sort of what the numbers, the full numbers we've got for May. We lost $40,000 plus in May. So the 156 that we've lost for the year, 40,000 was in May.
Yeah, sure.
And also in addition, what we're seeing is that the prices are getting higher to dispose of it, so we can probably anticipate that the future months are going to be even more expensive.
Even more expensive, that was my
So,
point, yeah.
I'm not sure how you, the 300,000 that you calculated was just a straight line out from here.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
just
is-
doubling the number that was generated yesterday.
Well, it's probably
It could be
gonna-
400,000.
It's probably gonna be
Easily.
worse, and of course it may collapse, which we don't know when or if that's gonna happen, but there's certainly no indication in the data that outside the realm of possibility
Correct.
for it to collapse, in which case the cost would just become.
This is all moot at that point.
I'd also point out what other folks have, even to the extent that, I mean, I do agree with Jack, but to the extent that some people are sympathetic to the problems of, municipal budgeting, particularly for the city of Kingston, it's fair to point out that however much we're losing on a monthly basis or whatever, the loss to Kingston, or our subsidy to Kingston is less than 40% of that. So for example, if we're spending an extra $40,000 a month in May, the benefit to Kingston is only about $16,000 worth of that, a little bit less. The other 24 is going to other folks, who primarily private industry, obviously private industry. And so, to the extent that we are concerned about the budgeting for municipal agencies, we really are better off raising our prices and letting those municipalities that want to keep doing this figure out how to deal with it, because otherwise, the county itself is losing a lot of money to entities other than municipalities. And so there's very, very little justification for this agency continuing to bear those losses.
No, I agree. Well, Town of Ulster, now they passed their resolution, didn't they?
I didn't even think they did a
They
resolution.
didn't do a
Just did.
resolution, the supervisor and the town board just decided to end single stream, and as of August 1st, they're going back to a dual stream operation.
Same with Saugerties, they already purchased the trucks to do it.
They did.
Yep. They're ready.
Okay.
And actually, the next resolution on the docket is for the Saugerties, for Saugerties to purchase one of our old containers.
Oh, okay.
One of our old 40-yard containers.
Well, this is interesting. Thanks for putting that together.
You wanna move this?
I want to just make one other final comment. This relates more to the prior resolution than this one, but I think it's important to say it here. I think a lot of the public already understands this because we've had several meetings now, and the board has done, I think, good work in reaching out to the public. But what's very important for the public to understand is that when we do these resolutions, we're not setting mandatory policy for the whole county. It's essentially what we would accept at our facility. There is no requirement in this county that people bring recyclables, municipalities or private holders, bring them here. They're free to operate in the same market that we are. And furthermore, we actually don't process this material. We just simply provide a space for temporary storage until it's hauled out. We're essentially just a waste station for it. And so the resolutions that we passed today are only for our own operations, and any other municipality or haulers that continue to believe in this product can continue to use it, and they just operate in the same market that we do. So to the extent that people were looking at what we're doing as somewhat apocalyptic and mandating things precipitously, we're just really describing what happens in our facility, and the people who are using our facility are free to turn their trucks around and take it to whoever they think would be accepting ours.
Well, that's all very true.
So,
And it's
Well, that's a good point. No, that's
I think
an excellent point that you're making, because the municipalities can do business wherever they want in the recycling market.
and nothing in our resolution in any way affects that.
Absolutely.
It's just a question
Yeah,
of how
we
we
just can't function here handling that type of material.
and risking those losses on other people.
And we really were never set up to do that.
No, we're not.
Anyway,
No.
from the very beginning.
We're a dual stream facility,
Right.
and this is single stream, and all we're doing is providing a place on the floor.
And that's a very good point. The MRF, our material recovery facility, was never designed to accept single stream. It was always designed, had it been designed, you'd have a situation where you'd have the truck at a lower elevation, the excavator at a higher elevation, so you're loading down instead of trying to reach up. Right now, we're at the same elevation, so then the excavator has to try to reach up into the trailer and try to load it that way. So it takes approximately doubles the time it takes to load a trailer, and if the trailer's down lower. So from an engineering perspective, you want it designed a different way. So that's a good point, Brian. You're absolutely right.
And the other point is, we really did a disservice, because we're using our floor space for the single stream, where we could be storing the commodities that we could sell on the recycle market.
Right.
And we really do need that space, the availability of that space. Right, Charlie?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That space is very limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is, and you want to be able to store the materials when the markets are down. We won't ship material out, whether it be cardboard or whether it be paper. You want to be able to have that floor space to warehouse it, and that's normal. That's how a MRF is supposed to work. Where you have enough warehouse space where you can store the material, when the markets go up, then you make a decision to start shipping. So that additional space would be advantageous to us.
So the notifications to those users of this particular aspect, Kingston and the private homeowners, will be sending notifications after this resolution?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah, a letter will be going out tomorrow morning to all the users of the system. There's a total of, since January 1, and I can't tell you if they've been here once or if they've been here 50 times, there's been about 15 people that have utilized 15 haulers, businesses, or municipalities that have utilized this single stream facility. And they come at all different times. So we went back to our records, we figured out who has brought us the materials, about 15, so there'll be 15 letters going out tomorrow.
And then we should make probably a public notice.
We can put it on our website, if you like.
We'll have the public notice shortly.
But I believe that we should have a public notice.
Well, it's going on the website, Jack. I think that essentially is public notice.
And Tim's going to notify all the users.
Well, is it, council?
Yes.
That our
That's
website
sufficient.
posting qualifies as public notice?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to pay for an ad or anything, no, that's public.
What's the ad
notice.
cost, $10?
Well, we have,
You put an ad in like that, it's public notice, it's on record that we put it in a newspaper in the area that services our, we do that all the time in local government.
You can do it, but it's not required.
Well, we have the press here, I'm sure that
Yeah.
it will be on the front page.
We've done a lot of things.
Or page 3 anyhow.
yeah.
I was gonna write about eating food earlier.
Okay.
At 11:30.
Yeah.
Come around. Okay,
Mr. Chairman,
priority.
before we vote, I just want to make clear, in terms of public notice to the public people that are listening, what this resolution does. We are adjusting our price on a variable basis. This price is volatile. It's likely to go, the price of disposal is likely to go up in the future. And what we will do is adjust it on a monthly basis in order to reflect our out-of-pocket cost to dispose of it, plus our in-house cost of handling it.
And that's gonna be based on the average from the previous month.
Right. And we're now up to about $51 a ton from
61.
61
61 now.
in June.
Our desk
Yeah.
or your desk?
And plus the $15 loading fee.
So,
Which
Yeah,
does-
I did the right thing.
just because the out-of-pocket costs were $51 in May and $61 in June, so the June numbers are gonna be even more of a loss than we had in May. And we're gonna add about $15 for our own in-house costs for the trucks.
It's really $76 a ton right
Right.
now.
And that's for June.
Yes.
And then so,
What this resolution doesn't include, includes our cost for actually loading material on a trailer. It doesn't include if we have to use our own trailers, which we have to do occasionally. But that's, we'll have to keep that.
the point for the public is that we're gonna be simply processing the costs through, and it's gonna be, the public is going to have to face, as we do, the difficulty with this market and the cost on a month-to-month basis.
This is becoming solid waste.
That may be an issue for another day, yes. It's clearly a product which is not holding its own. In fact, at this point now, it costs us more to dispose of it as single stream than it does as solid waste,
That's true.
which is a
And
very
this
sobering.
does not reflect our cost in trucking.
That's
If
correct.
we use our own trucks, and we could use up to 2 to 3 trucks per day.
That's correct.
So that is not reflected in this cost. So it is still gonna cost the agency
Money.
money.
$20 a ton or something, Tim,
Yeah.
if you're right, Tim?
17, I think we come up with.
was closer to 16.
So, and that's hit or miss, you know, we'll go several days and
Right.
the trucks are coming, but then one day where we can't get any trucks, we have to use our own trucks occasionally. So that we play that on a daily, day-by-day basis.
We did invest into the roll tarp, so everything's safe.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, we're not gonna rent trucks, so we're gonna use our own in-house vehicles, right?
Our own employees, our own tractors, and our own trailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, motion made by
Motion.
Charlie.
Go ahead.
Right?
Motion to accept
Second.
resolution
Okay, motion made by
2446.
Charlie, seconded by Jack. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously.
And just